I've seen Commanding General Yohana love the men that taught him just like this. I've seen him do it, where the men that taught Commanding General Yohana left the truth, believe in some strange religion that's called Christianity under another name. They believe in it, and he still loves them, still honors them, still has the entire nation of Israel pray for them to this day. Still does it. Because that is the spirit of Christ. And if you want to see this done again, you'll see that it was done with Moses in the book of Jude, where there was a conflict between Satan and the archangel Michael. And they fought over the bones of Moses. Give me that, Marav. You know where it is.
Khan, sir.
A great dispute over the bones of Moses. Why? Because Satan knew that Moses had left the truth right before they found the land of Israel. Moses had already given up. He gave up and he was just done with it. He did great things in his past, great things. But right before they found the promised land, Moses left the truth. He was done. He quit. When they got to the promised land, Moses had already died. And now there was a dispute between Satan, the angel Satan, and the archangel Michael or Michael. And they battled over the bones of Moses. Where's the young brother in class? I want to know why. What were they battling about? Why would two angels battle over bones? Why would they battle over bones? I want the same brother that asked me the question. I want him to answer my question, Marah. Make sure he understands it. They're not battling over Moses' soul. They're battling over the bones of Moses. Why? Use your ability to understand context to answer the question. Go ahead. Marah, you read for him whenever you get it, all right?
Khan, sir, I have it right now. This is Exodus chapter 30.
Shout out Sakun UPK 5381, Jude 1 and 9. Thawada Sakun, I appreciate it.
Khan, this is Exodus chapter 13, verse 19. Oh, Salaki. This is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 9. Yet Michael, the archangel, contended with the devil. He disputed about the body of Moses.
About the what?
The body of Moses.
About Moses, about his soul, his reputation. About what?
The body of Moses.
Michael and Satan are disputing, arguing about the body of Moses, his body. Why? Moses was dead already. What are they arguing over? Let me give the brother 10 seconds to try to answer the question. It's right in front of your face, young warrior. Try to give it a shot.
Khan, sir. He says, Captain Darmov said, Salaki, sir, an honorable burial.
Give him a hand. He said he spoke well. Be indicio. That's what they're arguing about. Satan wants to bury him anywhere, burn him, throw him under a bridge, or throw him under in a ditch or under some tree, or burn him, whatever. Satan doesn't. They're fighting. Satan doesn't want to honor this dead body. He doesn't want to give it any honor. Michael does. Michael wants to forgive how he ended his life and honor him for what he did in the prime of life. That's what Michael wants to do. Michael wants to wink his eye at the mistakes he made. And Michael wants to honor him for the good that he did. You see, that's the spirit of Christ. That's forgiveness. That's turning the other cheek.
Delight is not seemly for a fool.
Delight. What is delight? Pleasure, happiness. Delight is what you get when something makes you happy. You get alcohol, or you get a new woman, or you get some food, something good to eat, or some fun. Delight is not seemly for a fool. You see, you don't know this about yourself, but I'm going to tell you about yourself. Everybody pull into your computers nice and tight so I can tell you about who you are and the truth about you. You don't need to have any pleasure at all because you cannot handle pleasure. If you have one drink, you're going to drink the whole bottle. You can't. You can't go into a nightclub or go somewhere and meet a nice girl. You can't do that. Because if you go and try to meet women, you're going to have sex with every gonorrhea-infected whore on the internet, and you're going to give your other women gonorrhea because you can't have the pleasure of sex. You cannot do it. There are some people that should live a life of stern rejection of oneself. You need it because you're stupid. You're a fool. And the Alcoholics Anonymous programs will tell you that you can't have one drink. You cannot go into a bar and say, I'm just going to have one Heineken tonight. Nigga, you're going to wake up with a nose full of Coke because you cannot have pleasure, because delight is unseemly for a fool. And it's important to know when you're a fool. If you don't know, ask me, and I will absolutely tell you whether or not you're a fool if I know you. If I know you, I know who's a fool in my life. I know every fool. I got my eye on them. I understand they're stupid. I know they're idiots. I know they're fools. Now, hopefully your camp leader knows that you're a fool or not. You need someone in your life that can tell you, oh, yeah, Muhammad, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and others of the GMS push this word through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. This is the GMS Natural Brothers, myself, brother Yahweh Nan, brother Yakal, back with another lesson. And as you see here on the screen, man, on my notes, and also the video that I'm going to obviously edit at the beginning of the lesson, as you see here, one of ISUPK's a alcoholic general saying Moses fell out the truth. And I think this is the same individual that said that John the Baptist, okay, is this cup of yak, okay, or he wasn't ever in the truth, or some format of that, you know, but just being a full-blown of a degenerate, okay, lacking understanding, okay, and adding and taking away from the scriptures, because that's what these guys are doing. They're adding and taking away. So saying things like Moses followed the truth, or John Rivers is this cup of yak, okay, that's adding and taking away from the scriptures, which I was going to start with 2 Timothy, but let me run to that real quick, because that's what these guys are doing. And it ain't just ISUPK. You got guys in IUIC, GOCC, Wi-Fi, so on and so forth, Sakari, Genesis, adding and taking away from the scriptures, and you're going to be held accountable for that. And, you know, and low one is edifying to the elect. And, you know, brother, if you want to say something, you know, obviously go ahead. But let me go to, I think, was Revelation 21? No, not 21. I think it was 20. No, adding and taking away. Let me see.
That's 21 or 22.
Here it is. Yes, 22. It's Revelation 22 and 18, verse 19. It says, "For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of this book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book." So that's what they're doing. They're adding and taking away. So that's taken away. So saying things as Moses felt the truth, that's taken away, because the scriptures clearly go into how Moses is a man of the Lord, even though, yeah, he didn't make it to the promised land, but that didn't mean the Lord wasn't dealing with him. The Lord gave him the whole blueprint and format of how he wants things done. He talked to the Lord. He heard the Lord's voice, you know? And when you read the scriptures, there's a lot of men that are in the scriptures, even Yahushua ultimately, have fell short. Okay, whether they were in a different body through reincarnation, but they fell short. All men of the Lord fell short. Okay? That doesn't mean that the Lord ain't dealing with no more because they made mistakes. Okay, we're all in this flesh. We aren't perfect. Every man of the Lord has went off in some way, shape, or format. You're already going off by just wearing mixed fabric alone. Okay? So a different t-shirt. One says polyester and the other one says cotton. You got them mixed together. You're already going off. Okay? And that shows you that these guys, they lack understanding of the scriptures. And a lot of these guys have been paid off and just been set up to just cause confusion. Okay? You want to say something, Nicole? You got something?
Yeah, precept.
Go ahead.
Titus 1 and 10, it says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake."
You can break it down, brother.
These niggas are teaching these things for the sake of a bag. And that's why when we say that these guys have sold out, this is exactly what the scriptures are forewarning us about. There's many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers. They're deceiving the people. To get on camera and to say that Moses fell out of the truth, because I don't keep up with any of these niggas. because it just gives me a headache.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the Spirit brings it out regardless, and we have to address these things. But to say that Moses fell out of the truth, to say that John the Baptist fell out of the truth, you compared John the Baptist to a cup of yak. You said if he's fish, pass you the hot sauce. All right? All these things that you're saying, when it's all said and done, this is who this is referring to, you niggas. Mm-hmm. That's why it says whose mouths must be stopped. But we have faith enough in Yahweh Shema Shah to understand, and it's 414, but we have enough faith in Yahweh Shema Shah to understand that, hey, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, he's getting ready to put it in to all you niggas.
Because what the scriptures say, I would do nothing but reveal my secret unto my servants, the prophets.
Yeah.
But saying something like that, that's not secrets to a prophet. Saying that men of the Lord that were laboring, they just magically fell out. The elect men don't fall out. Apostle Paul didn't fall. Yahweh Shai did not fall out. Apostle Paul didn't fall out. Peter didn't fall out. Okay? Mordecai didn't fall out. Men of the Lord, I'm just naming some men. Jeremiah, they did not fall out the truth. John the Revelator, John the Baptist, did not fall out the truth. Okay? And you're comparing them to strong drink? That doesn't make any sense. Okay? Moses didn't fall out the truth. None of these men of the Lord that we read about fell out the truth.
How did he fall out?
Yeah, and how did he fall out? Because basically they were saying, they said a whole bunch of other things, but the first thing that instantly comes to mind is that they said was because he didn't make it to the promised land. But that's not enough information to say that means the Lord ain't dealing with him no more. He fell out. That's not written, man. Okay. I got this real quick unless you got something else.
No, that was it on that.
2 Timothy 2, and I'm gonna get to the point. 2 Timothy 4, 3-4. Not as good at that. It says, for the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust, because that drink bring forth spirits. Okay, which again, you're not wicked for drinking, but you over here trying to teach, and you all drink, strong drink, Henny, you always drinking. You always whoever the general is, he always got to drink.
But even within that, man, if you gonna drink, if you gonna sip, but you know that you're not, because brothers know their limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I haven't done a lesson for the day, but maybe I might have had a little bit too much drink, I ain't gonna do no lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know your limits. So, but if this nigga don't know his limits, so he's literally
just drinking.
God knows what cup that might have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look like
or what he's drinking. They look like they drink Hennessy and shit like that. The lower level shit that's mixed with all these types of the chemicals and whatnot.
Yeah.
But regardless of what you're drinking, if you know for yourself, and all it takes is just examining yourself in the spirit. If you know that you can't handle yourself off of the liquor to do a lesson, then you need to go into a lesson sober.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you know what I'm saying? But if you can, then, but still be mindful.
Yeah. But a lot of Jake can't handle the drink. Especially if they got
A lot of brothers shouldn't be fucking drinking.
Yeah.
You sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Do that shit for
he's a prime example. He's a prime example. If you're going to drink, you don't need to be doing a video.
I know brothers personally younger than that nigga that are able to handle the drink better than what the fuck he can.
Yeah. Spewing out madness.
And regardless of the drink, that nigga has a demon on him.
Yeah, he's spewing out madness.
Shades, like I said, the drink, the things that they push out as far as doctrine is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That shit is madness. And like I said, I seen that. I'm just like, bro, I can't. Yeah. I don't even dabble into what them niggas be saying because I like to keep my days.
But the Spirit's still gonna call it out.
But yeah, ultimately we still got to speak about it.
The Spirit's gonna hop on men, okay, that's gonna see that and call it out, and that's what we're doing. This is I'm gonna finish it. 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come that they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust. That's going after their own lust, saying that Moses fell the truth. That's after your own lust, your own heart. So they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. I'm gonna see if I can go into that word fables. If you want to say something, you can go ahead.
Yeah, turn unto fables.
Let's see.
Which when you're about to get that word.
Yeah.
Cause what did it say? Where were you at? Verse
2 Timothy 4, verse 4.
4. Okay. Well, yeah. In the prior verse, You know, again, that's their own lust. Going out and teaching these fables because, again, that shit's false. A fable is just, that's literally it. I can even see the etymon for it real quick. Falsehood, fictionist narrative, a lie. Okay, it's a story. It's a play. It's a falsehood. It has nothing to do with Yahweh Shema Shai. So you're going out teaching these fables and then attaching the name of the Lord into it. When it doesn't work like that.
I don't know why let me flip the camera. But yeah.
Yeah, that's just it.
Yeah, telling a fiction. Because nonfiction, you know, the words that you teach in school.
Nonfiction,
Fiction
yeah.
and nonfiction. Fiction is fake and nonfiction is real. And it's just like you said, when you read it, and I got it on the screen, a fiction, a fable, a fiction. So it's a fiction. What you said is a fiction. Because Moses didn't fall the truth. When you read these passages, Moses didn't fall out.
Just made up. And again, this all feeds into the Titus 1. You know what I'm saying? Who subvert whole houses, teaching things what they ought not. For filthy lucre's sake. That word subvert real quick. I'll play it. Hopefully the brothers can hear it.
Strong's G396. Anatrepto. Anatrepto.
So it says to overthrow, overturn, destroy. So they're destroying whole houses, right? Teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake, for the sake of money.
Mm-hmm.
These things, these niggas are literally separating families and separating, you know, true believers through the spirit of power, how about Shema Shai, all for the sake of money. That's how we know you sold out.
Yeah.
We don't need to see a receipt of Esau paying off Nate or Johanna every month, you know, on some cyber security type shit. No,
Yeah.
we know through the spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we know because what caused you to get on camera and say that bullshit?
Yeah.
In damn near the middle of May, close towards the end.
It's June.
Right. You just randomly decided to say that shit.
Yeah. But what did Apostle Arthur say this year? You know, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, sellouts, apostates,
Agents, and
sellouts. Okay. However y'all got going on, it's you're an agent for Satan. Because if you're anti Yahweh Shemel Shai, you're an agent. You're an agent of Satan. Even if you're not getting a bag, you're still pushing a false narrative. You're still pushing evil.
So at that point, nigga, you might as well get the bag.
Yeah, you might as well.
But we believe that these niggas are.
Yeah.
Especially the IUIC.
And
especially Genesis.
Especially ultimately Genesis.
Those are the top two camps that have sold out. And you won't be able to convince me otherwise. Unless them niggas get on camera and show otherwise.
The Lord
they're not going to.
Yep. The Lord is going to have to show that they're not selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
ISUPK, I feel like it's just a bunch of black ass niggas.
Yeah, it's just angry black
Some
niggas.
of them might have took a bag, like that nigga. Or even Johanna.
Mainly Johanna, if anybody.
Because Johanna, and that's the thing, Johanna, he don't even, the nigga's never there.
And
he never pop.
Once in a blue moon, you see him.
And then it's like when you see, even with the IUIC, they have a problem with that too. You have these members or these captains or whatever saying these heinous things, and there's never a video that pops up after the fact saying, hey, we don't agree with that, or that's not the way. You know what I'm saying? If a brother in Great Millstone does a breakdown video and he messes up on a certain part of the breakdown, the apostles, the elders, they're going to be quick to do a response to that video saying, hey, this is not correct. This is the true correction. You know, that brother did go off on this part, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, however the judgment is dealt with, that's within house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to judge every matter.
Yeah. But that happens here, but for them, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because Johanna never does a response. Nate never does a response. These niggas are just allowed to freely go and say whatever. And then that just be the end of it.
The scriptures say you're supposed to judge the whole matter. Especially amongst your, your camp, your soldiers. You know, you're supposed to keep everything in check. According to the scriptures. I got this real quick. 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits which they are of the Most High. And this goes to you followers. You need to pick a side, man. And the side you pick, you need to be very careful and very keen, because the side that you pick, it may not be the right pick. Yeah. Okay? Because if you want to be, I like ISUPK, I like IUIC, I like GOCC, I like Wi-Fi and Genesis, and this isn't camp banging. This is a warning saying, hey, these guys are bugged out in their doctrine. This ain't the way. If you're personally wanting the truth, if you personally want to get delivered by Yahweh Shemel Shai, they aren't the way. But if you guys like the gimmicks and you like the shows, you like the colors, you like the drinks, the bitches, okay, if you like that, then I mean, if that's for you, that's for you. But if you're really trying to be right and rooted with Yahweh Shemel Shai, they aren't the way. And that's what we're trying to warn you. So again, 1 John 4:1, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. And there's a smorgasbord. You can clearly see the spirit that the guys ain't right. You know, you can just watch their video, go on their video, look what they're doing, and it's like, nope, that's off, that ain't right according to the scripture. Not because we personally, which we don't know these niggas. Okay, the apostle and elders, you know, they know them on a personal level, but you know, brothers before that, and even with them, it's not personal. It's just you're going off according to the scriptures. You're telling a lie, a fiction. Then we went to that word, fables. You're putting a fiction out, okay, and we're correcting that it's not fiction, it's non-fiction. Okay.
If you repent, we're not going to have a problem at all.
Yeah.
We will actually rejoice in that aspect, because we have brothers that have came, and not speaking here, but you know, brothers that's come from other camps and been able to be blessed into the ranks of, you know, Great Millstone.
Mm-hmm.
We hear stories about that all the time, but you never hear a story about anybody from Great Millstone going to these other camps. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta really analyze. What's that say? Damn, mouse keep dying.
I got something too.
It says, try the spirit. Let me get this real quick. 1 John 4.
Then who just got?
Oh, we just got that?
Yeah, we just read that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah,
But yeah, try the spirit by the spirit.
You want me to read it again for you?
You know, yeah, come on.
I'll go to it. I got something after that too.
Right.
But no, you good. It's a spirit. You're still meditating on the topic, and you're still thinking of scriptures. 1 Timothy 4:1. Oh no, Salakia. 1 John.
1 John, yeah.
Yeah, Salakia. 1 John 4:1. It says, "Believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world."
Yeah, so you got to try the spirit by the spirit, man. You have to understand that these people are not fully on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how do you try the spirit by the spirit? Look into their doctrine. Look into what they're actually saying.
Pay attention and listen.
And see if what they're saying links up to the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
In what passage does it say Moses fell out? John the Baptist fell out.
No, it's not.
John the Baptist is a cup of yak. Where's that random chain of disrespect coming from?
Yeah.
That's how you know these niggas ain't of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Because why are you selling them short? You're making them lesser than what they are. That's less. That's full. Like you said, that's disrespect.
Moses was literally in charge and was the mediator of the deliverance of Israel from the land of Egypt.
Well, he came back from Mount Sinai with the commandments.
So he did all that. Yeah, gave the Israelites the commandments, and then fell out the truth.
It doesn't make any sense. He did all that work just to fall out. Which that's happened. You've seen men, but it's not written that happened. He didn't fall out. He's mentioned a plethora of times that he's a man of the Lord. You know, I'm gonna go to that real quick, because through reincarnation. Because I was reading that earlier. Let me go to, I think it was Matthew 16.
Yeah, because again, that's David, that's Peter,
Yeah.
King Masha. This is the same man that we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hell, Jacob.
Yeah. These are men, and all these men are labeled men of the Lord. That's the beauty of it. But all of a sudden, just Moses just fall out. That doesn't make any sense. Why? What? Now you heard about
and why are we just not figuring this out?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
At the end, now we got to find out. Oh, Moses wasn't in the truth. Okay, but what about the prophecy? Again, Revelation 19:10. The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. If these camps ain't prophesying to you, they're not in the truth. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't fucking talking about nothing, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
But this here's your reincarnation. Matthew 16, 15 down to 19, and this is the majority of it is written in red, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It said, he said unto them, which is Yahweh Shai, whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter, because they're having a conversation, and answered and said, thou art the Mashiach, son of living power. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto him, and Yahweh Shai and Peter talked a plethora of times in these passages. When you read about it, they had a lot of encounters, they had a lot of talks. Okay?
He was the head disciple.
Yeah, he was the head disciple. Moses. Okay? And it says,
King David.
yeah, King David.
Again, these are things that you gotta, like the others say, hello.
Yeah, hello.
You gotta start linking these things up when you're reading these.
Now you're cherry picking scriptures. Now you're just hopping here and there and there. And the scriptures say here, there, and there a little, but it's supposed to all connect. You're not connecting nothing. You're just scrabbling. You're just scrabble. But it says, verse 17, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say, and this is all read, and I say unto thee, also unto thee, that thou art Peter, upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. So a 2/3 is supposed to get the keys of the kingdom of heaven. It says, whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So there you go. So once again, through reincarnation. So if the Lord is dealing with Peter through reincarnation, which is Moses, King David, okay, and the works that they done, why all of a sudden these men are just not going to get delivered? What they say? Was it who said that they were Edomite? Wasn't it Genesis? Wasn't it? It was Luke, Mark, somebody else. They were saying that these were heathen. They weren't even Israelites. Something like that. Genesis said something to that measure, and it's like, so these niggas are now not niggas, but these men of the Lord are now heathen now. I think it was Luke, Mark, and somebody else. I can't remember exactly.
Possibly, yeah. Maybe, not John. Matthew, I think. They might have said Matthew.
Yeah, but regardless, these are
they
not.
Shouldn't have said anybody.
You shouldn't have said anybody. These are not the men that would read. These are not heathen men. These are Israelite men that are of the elect, of the circumcision. And now they're trying to disrespect these men, saying that they're lesser than what they've been. But we read this passage, the Lord is clearly dealing with these men throughout all the stories that you read about. The Lord is dealing with Jeremiah. He's dealing with Paul. He's dealing with Peter. He's dealing with Moses. He's dealing with King David. These are King Solomon. The Lord is dealing with these men. And through reincarnation, they come back into another lot doing the work again. And they're back here on the planet Earth. So let me go, unless you got something else. If you got, you can get it if you got it. But I'm going to run to that 1 Timothy 6.
No, you got it.
Okay, 1 Timothy 6, 3-5. It says, if any man teach otherwise, and consent not the wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, into the doctrine which is according to godliness. We just read it in Matthew 16. Yahushua talking to Peter, talking, I'm going to give you the keys of heaven. Okay? So what are you talking about? Through reincarnation. So what are you talking about? Verse 4, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doth about questioning and strife of words, wherefore cometh envy, strife, railing, and evil surmissings. Perverse I'm reading too fast. Perverse disputing of men of corrupt minds. These niggas have corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. Especially Deacon Akai, or Priest Akai, whatever the hell he wants to be. He believes that gain is godliness. GMS hating on me, so I pulled up in the bins. What does that mean? That's in a song. That's a song that he's got posted. Okay? What does that mean? These guys are destitute of the truth. Okay? You got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got two real quick.
I'm going to the book of Jude, too.
This is Galatians 1 in verse 6, and the header says perversion of the gospel, which I'm going to look up that word real quick. Perverse. I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, there you go. Unnatural. Well, first off, this is what it starts with. Wicked. Right? So it says wicked, unnatural, degenerate. Contrary, turned away, askew, spiteful, wrong, malicious, turned away from what is right. So this is the perversion of the gospel. They're turned away from what's right. Okay, this is a wicked twist on the gospel of Yahweh Shema Shai, which again, as the brother brought out in Revelation 22, there will be a judgment for that. Adding and taking away, there will be a judgment for that. So it would behoove you to repent. But hey, somebody has to fit 2/3 category, and thankfully these niggas are. And call out y'all about Shemal Shai.
Come on. We're happy that we're not in this mindset.
Yeah.
You know, we're glad hearing that because the Lord can make anybody bug out. You can wake up one day and now you just bugged out. You know, that could easily happen. That's why nobody should walk around proud, boasting, okay, thinking that they the next best thing. Oh, I've been in for 15 years, bro. That don't mean shit. Because look at these guys that they've been in. You can tell they, you know, not you can tell, but it's like, you know, they could be in longer than us because we young men, okay? Somebody can walk around saying they've been in for 11 years. You've been in IUIC for 11 years, but you've been 11 years of bullshit. Now building up knowledge that's got nothing to do with the scriptures. Precepts that are taught by men, okay, and not of the Lord, okay? You got more? Or I got
no, that was just a word.
All right, I got real quick. Jude 1 and 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old, because all these guys are Jude 1. It says, and who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So this is them denying it. He calling on Christ. Well, not ISUPK, but guys like IUIC calling on Christ. Genesis, we don't know the names. Or they say, oh, it's Yahweh, but I don't know about Yahweh Shai. I mean, I don't know what the son name is. This nigga Hassad, you know, look at all these guys.
He retarded.
Nigga through. I remember that thumbnail I sent. The nigga he's completely finished.
What is his name? What is his son's name? The Dallas can't tell.
Proverbs 30 and 4.
You don't understand the scriptures, bro.
Yep. You err, what that Yahweh Shai said that. You err not knowing the scriptures. And these are the same guys that are adding and taking away. Okay? It says, let me see, I got something else too. 2 Peter 2 and 1. It said, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you. And the Lord said in the book of Jeremiah, I believe, you know, they prophesied lies in my name. Even if they say Yahweh Bashim al-Shai, they prophesying lies in the name of the Lord.
I have not sent them.
Yeah, he ain't sent them. Yeah, there's prophets, but the Lord's like, I'm not dealing with them. Yeah, they're teaching. They're doing videos, and anybody out there in the hype. Yeah, but the Lord's like, I didn't call them. You know, that's like a Christian, and they start going out teaching. The Lord didn't call them. They're just Christians out there just teaching their bullshit. And it says, teachers among you who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. You won't know that the Lord truly sent a prophet. You're going to know. Because they're not going to beat around the bush with you. They're not going to give you no bullshit. They won't be sitting there trying to constantly charge you or charge you at all. Because the truth's supposed to be free. You're supposed to get the truth and sell it not. These guys are making merchandises. So, and no, it's not wicked because you made a garment. Okay, it ain't wicked because, you know, you like I said, you made a garment, or you made some incense, incense holder, okay, and maybe a brother want to buy it off you. You know, that ain't wicked, but this is what their guys are pushing. You know, Patreon, follow the Patreon, subscribe to the channel, paying a membership. You know, you're selling the truth, selling breakdowns. Nate's doing that, selling breakdowns. You know, God knows who else is doing that. You know, that's not a true follower of Yahushua. Okay, you got some?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Galatians 1 and 6. I'm gonna read the 10. And it's an NLT. But this goes into that perversion. Because that was the header of the KJV. So it says, I am shocked that you are turning away so soon from the Most High, who called you to himself through the loving mercy of Mashiach. You are following a different way that pretends to be the good news, but is not the good news at all. You are being fooled by those who deliberately twist the truth concerning Hamashiach. What is deliberate?
Back to the precept.
Done with careful, this is the word for deliberate. Done with careful consideration. Determined, to weigh well entirely. Okay, so meaning they're determined to put this bullshit out here. It says, twist the truth concerning Hamashiach. Let God's curse fall on anyone, including us or even an angel from heaven, who preaches a different kind of good news than the one we have preached unto you. I say again what we have said before. If anyone preaches any other good news than the one you welcome, let that person be cursed. Obviously, I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Mashiach's servant. That's what they're doing.
Mhm.
They're trying to please people. They're trying to be pleasers of men.
Yeah.
As the
Pleasures of men or pleasures of the flesh more than
Yeah.
pleasures of God.
as the KJV says, for do I now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? You see. So you have the question that's going into trying the spirit by the spirit. Are these people trying to persuade Yahweh Shema Shai, or are they trying to persuade men? And the answer is they're trying to persuade men. They persuaded the same goofy ass niggas to not only be bamboozled enough to buy a subscription when they were in the Sakari for a university,
Mm-hmm.
which now they don't even teach anything concerning that university anymore. But not only did they do it one time, but then they got again. Cause you got another university and another some of the same niggas signing up.
And you niggas, y'all fall to the shit. Y'all just meant to be destroyed.
Yeah, we don't feel bad for the
You know.
Jake with the dreads and you walk into Walmart with a Judah t-shirt.
I like that,
fringes.
brother. He funny.
If that's you, bro, hey, we'll see you in the kingdom because you just ain't gonna fucking make it.
Yeah.
You're too weak. You're too feeble-minded. You don't have no backbone, and ultimately you just a bitch.
You have no discernment. The spirit's not dwelling with you. Yeah, the Lord gave you the spirit to acknowledge you're an Israelite, but He don't mean He wants you to eat the whole roll and absorb all the nutrients of this truth.
An Elamite can come and tell you that you're an Israelite.
Yeah.
Does that mean that nigga is deserving of salvation?
I mean, look at the heathen. You know, they make videos and talking about how,
There was
so-called
one-
black people are Israelites and all this,
There was one video I stumbled across upon the other day. I don't know where the dude was at, but he was in some like tomb type of thing, and they had it was like an old ass picture, and it was a depiction of the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he was dark skinned, but and he was amongst heathen. The dude was amongst heathen. I'm like, the heathen know this shit.
Yeah.
So that knowing of you're an Israelite, that's not enough.
The only
it doesn't
one-
do anything.
The only ones who's behind this foot race is just Israelites themselves.
Yeah.
Everybody else knows. The other heathen,
You the only niggas that don't know.
whether they accept you or they don't accept you, they know who you are before you even know yourself. Just black, or just Mexican, just Latino, native. It's like, nigga, that's the heathen know more about you than you. That's terrible.
But according to that tumult that they made in Psalms 83, they're not in no rush to tell you. If a nigga don't know, then he just don't know.
They don't care.
Fuck it.
They don't care enough
That's
to tell.
better for us.
They
We
don't
get
even
more
like
money.
your ass in the beginning. But what about the white man? Well, the white man knows about you and don't even want you to know about you. That don't make sense. I got this real quick unless you got more.
I had another precept.
Go ahead.
Okay. Romans 16 and 17. It says, "Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them."
You got it.
Plain as that. Okay, when you go into that word for mark, again, we bring it out all the time, it's scopeo. Right? And it says to look at, observe, contemplate, to fix one's eyes upon, direct one's attention to. Okay, to take heed to thyself. Pay attention.
Yeah.
When these niggas going out and saying this shit, you gotta pay attention, man. Moses fell out the truth. What do you mean Moses fell out the truth? Now you gotta dive into the scriptures.
Yeah.
And then you have to dive, again, we're just now figuring this out.
That shit got revealed a long time ago.
These
That was the
niggas
case.
aren't even a part of the original One West. If Johanna or Nate came out and said some shit like that, there could be a slight understanding of, some people believe in that shit. But these are some random ass niggas that left from another random ass camp to start another random ass camp, have already disproved themselves as being valuable sources altogether. They're doing debates with Edomites and all this other shit.
Yeah, it's Captain Azariak.
You know-
He loves doing that.
Yeah, and like these niggas literally weren't a part of the original construction of these things, and they're just coming to you with bullshit.
Yeah, they may have built up the ranks in their camp, but they don't know the full understanding of the whole story of One West.
They're still novices.
Yeah, they're still novices. We're novices. We're still learning and going ourselves And, we're getting more of the reports, but we can walk around knowledge. We weren't at One West. These guys are moving and acting like they was at the school, and they was at, no, it's the apostles, General, Yohana, okay, Nate, okay, and more men, but it wasn't your ass. Whoever that general dude was, I don't know too much of him, but he wasn't part of the One West.
Who? Oh, that black nigga?
The alcoholic, I don't know his name.
Nigga with the shades.
Yeah, the alcoholic general. I don't know who he is.
I don't care to know his name. I don't care to know any niggas' names, man.
We believe the report that the apostles give us, okay, but when we damn sure don't believe the bullshit that your heads are spewing.
And to add to your point, I mean, you got it. The thing is it's difficult to not believe the report of the apostles because the same shit that they're saying that you guys are responsible for or guilty of, we're seeing it.
Yeah, it shows.
What does the scripture say? You shall know them by their fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we may not personally know Nate, but we ran into niggas in the IUIC. These niggas ain't right.
They follow Nate,
but they're following Nate.
Yeah,
we ran into people at the ISUPK, but these niggas ain't right. But they're following Yohana.
Yeah.
So you're gonna know them by their fruit.
Mm-hmm.
If your fruit is not fruitful and it's not producing anything, that nigga's not right.
And then if Yana doesn't believe what he just said, then he needs to check his men.
He won't.
But I'm saying if for some reason
in the back with a stick.
For some reason, if magically just no, I ain't never taught them that, then that's different. But as of right now, the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah.
As of now, unless General Yohana makes a video and rebuke him and do otherwise. Other than that, you're through.
I mean, cause just like we do, them niggas talk before they do videos and shit.
Yeah.
So there was councils and all this. He got the approval of that shit, man.
Yeah.
There's no way he did it.
And I'm saying that just in case, because Jake want to use every little crevice.
Well, I ain't saying it.
You deal with it. It's like he'll ignore the whole 9 yard, but that one little schmidt that he didn't say. Well, right. I didn't say that. Niggas do that all the time. They wait for you to say something.
I didn't eat no Burger King.
Yeah, I didn't. Matter of fact, it wasn't Burger King. It was Steak and Shake. And
yeah, right.
Niggas like that. You gotta, you gotta watch out. It's so childish. But we have to tackle every little bitty aspect. That's why I be always saying, I'm like, for the niggas in the back, I said it because for a reason, because we've seen it. Yeah. And we dealt with our own videos ourselves. That's why. Yeah. Because niggas don't listen. But I got this real quick, and we can probably get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, okay.
Ephesians 5 and 6. So watch out for these guys. That's the whole point of this lesson, is just watch out for these damnable heresies, these guys that the Lord has never sent forth, okay, to push the true doctrine, because it's all false. Ephesians 5 and 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh to the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience. And they're going to get judged. You're going to be held for every idle word, as the scriptures say, because even if the Lord doesn't have and he ain't touched it yet, okay, doesn't mean that he ain't going to. And the Lord don't immediately have to kill you through humiliation and being... Don't look at Alazar. The Lord didn't have to kill him, okay? The Lord made him a humiliation amongst Israel. Butt boy. Now he has to walk with that shame for the rest of his days. That's judgment, okay? I can read on down, but I just got the point with that. I'll grab another one. 2 Timothy 3 and 13. You can read up more, read the whole chapter, but 2 Timothy 3 and 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Okay, and that's what they're doing. And you people are being deceived by these guys. Okay, and if you like them for whatever reason and you want to be on the defense grid with them, that's fine, but it's going to be a judgment. Somebody's going to be right and somebody's going to be wrong at the end of the day. Okay, and we believe we're right through faith. If they believe that they're right through faith, we're going to see at the end of the day. But according to the scriptures, these guys are going off. It's not a personal attack. I don't know these niggas. Okay? But according to the scriptures and what they're spewing on camera, that's why the video is going to merge together. They're saying that. We're not putting words in their mouth. We're not editing it. No, nigga, this is on their channel that you can watch with your own eyes. They uploaded it. They pulled up. He sent the drink. I don't know where they at. I don't know them. What Dr. Dre said in the walk. I don't know them niggas. But just watch out for these guys, man.
It's the same cat that was talking about knowing the best places to find crack or some shit.
These are things that they're saying.
And that's on
We're not making this up.
It's on camera, bro.
It's on camera, and the elders made documentaries of the madness they put together. They are saying these things, not us. Y'all just mad and you can't make it. No, they are saying.
I'm mad that a teacher of the Lord supposedly is telling you he knows the best place to find crack. Yes, I'm upset.
Oh yeah, that's not. Yeah, well, you put it like that. Yeah, lamb's terms. Yeah. You know?
I'm very upset that the somebody that's supposed to be a man of the Lord is saying that God doesn't care that you take a chip or a jab, or that you can do it in the butt. I'm upset.
Yeah.
I'm upset that he's disrespecting actual men of the Lord, something that he's not. Yes. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But we're defenders of the gospel, man. And if you don't like it, fuck you too.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna burn in the same fucking pit as these niggas, man. Here in Babylon.
Yep. I got this one in the closing.
Yeah,
Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. That's these guys. Okay, to the IUIC, to the ISUPK, to the GOCC, to the Wi-Fi, to the Genesis. Okay, and we can keep going on and on. These guys ain't right. And we're not talking about the affiliates that follow the true doctrine of Yahweh by Shemel Shad is being taught through Great Millstone. We're not talking about you. We're talking about these guys out here, these world-renowned, famous Israelite camps. They're through. Okay? So I'm going in here. You know, you've been warned. Okay, watch out for these guys. They're saying these things in broad daylight. Matthew 4:17. For that time, Yahweh Shai began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So there you go. So watch out for these guys. Watch out for these camps. They're bugged out. They threw. They took the bag. They sold out. They're the whole 9 yard, man. Okay? Adding and taking away from the book. Okay? And even if they didn't take the bag, they're still agents of Satan. Okay? So you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, so Lord, when this lesson was edifying to the elect, and before we close, we want to give all praises going on to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Hakwadash. Once again, double honors to the apostles, known as the GMS, as pushing his word through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Shai. You brothers and sisters, keep fighting this good fight of faith, and that no one take that crown. Watch out for these guys. Shalom.